Welcome to the Carr and Seguin Show, hosted by Devon Carr and Paul Seguin, where two Michiganders dive into real estate, outdoors, community building, and everything in between. Welcome.
What's happening?
Not much, man. What episode are we? I need 106. Yes. Episode 106. Halfway to. I haven't done this in a while.
I know.
212.
There you go.
That's a lot. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Not bad. Have a good Easter.
We did. Did you?
You went up north, yeah?
Yeah, we were up north.
I saw you. Do tell. What's the fishing report on the PM?
There was fish.
Yeah?
We didn't fish much. We were
just a little family cruise ride?
Yeah.
Hey, those are sometimes the best rides. Just cruising.
Yeah, no, it was, there was plenty of fish. It was a good time, but Mac liked the boat ride, so.
Heck yeah.
All good.
All right. So did he catch anything?
No, we maybe fished.
Can only
30 minutes, if that.
Can only last so long with kids.
Right,
Little
and the
kids.
boat ride itself
the
is
attention span
2
is
hours.
2 seconds.
Yeah. We ate lots of snacks.
Heck yeah.
It was a good time, though.
Cheese and crackers? Did you bring your famous guiding snacks?
I
like
did not.
holy dogs?
No, I did not. I left the holy dogs at home. No, I think he was doing the pouches and a little granola bar.
I miss those pouches, actually.
You ate them?
All the time.
Ah,
Are you kidding?
they're so gross.
Dude, the cinnamon apple ones were fabulous.
I didn't.
Hey, man,
don't know
when
if
you're
I've
a
had
parent,
cinnamon.
dude, and you're on the go, and you just need that little something, I mean, you're already packing 12 of them, you know?
They got the plum, green bean.
Yeah, no, I pass on those.
Oh.
And I think that's probably
You're
when
talking about like applesauce pouches.
No, I think they were more of like oatmeal.
Were they?
Yeah, just like apple cinnamon flavored, or what was the other one I used to always eat? I don't. That's usually always my go-to is cinnamon. Anyways, cinnamon, anything apple cinnamon. I don't care what it is. I'll chow it down.
Ooh, what if they had chips and salsa pouches?
Dude,
Ooh,
I wonder if Cherry Republic makes those. They should. I might have to pitch them an idea.
there you go.
Like, you guys need to get into the kid
Right, chips
baby
and
food
salsa.
pouches business. You're missing out here.
Yeah,
It's a $10 billion market
Right.
share.
not spicy ones.
Dude, that makes, you got me all hungry now. Dude, they got some real good salsa. When we were up there last year, we were in Glen Harbor at the actual store.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't stop eating the salsa. I think I cleared the whole freaking bowl. I'm like, you may need to fill this one up again. Could not stop eating. Just a good cherry salsa. Oh, dude, it's so good.
You have to try
I'm
some.
going to have to go drive to I think there's a store in downtown Ann Arbor, isn't there? Cherry Republic. I think hopefully it's still there.
I don't know.
I think that's the closest one. I don't think they have one in the mall. I think it's Ann Arbor. I believe so. Maybe if you know.
Let us know.
Put it in the comments.
Right.
Where's your favorite, besides in Glen Arbor, which we all know is a favorite, but besides there, where's your favorite Cherry Republic store? Let us know.
Right.
And confirm. I believe the Ann Arbor one is still there. No, good. I'm sure. I mean, it was fabulous weather.
It was
for a nice little boat ride.
Right.
Cruising down
A little
the river.
sunshine.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Was the water cold?
Not too bad. I think it was 40-something.
That's not bad for April.
No.
We've had kind of a mild, so it's up and down. Like right now, when we're recording, it's during that hot stretch.
Right.
We're on April 12th right now when we're recording this, and it's almost 80 degrees out. And then come Sunday, it'll be back down to 40.
Right, yeah. It's like, oh, nice.
But we'll take it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just been beautiful.
Yeah.
All week.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just grilling some chicken out in the back on the grill before coming
there
here.
you go.
And I'm like sitting there waiting. I'm like, man, is this really April 12th?
It's so nice.
Because it feels like August.
Right.
No, it's nice. It's good. It's just good to get out. You know, we were just talking about water. We won't go down that road, but it's just nice to be out and about. Mm-hmm. You know, like the kids last night. I mean, obviously, just being outdoors more. We've taken a couple bike rides already, and just, you know, you're more active.
Right.
Which, you know, for us old folks, we feel it earlier. But, I mean, shoot, Grayson was like, at 7:30, he's like, I need to go to bed. We're like, okay,
right,
that's fine. I mean,
not gonna fight you.
We probably put our kids to bed a lot earlier than most, a lot later than most. Like they're usually in bed, hopefully by 8:30.
That's what Mac is.
Well, a lot of our friends are like freaking 7, like 7 o'clock. What time do you guys eat dinner?
Yeah,
I mean, we kind of eat, and I think that's our problem too. Is we're kind of. I mean, Jess gets home at 4:30, 5. By the time you all just kind of like ease into it, okay, now we're cooking at 5:30 and we're eat at 6.
Right.
And I'm not just going to shove my kids right to bed after just stuffing their stomachs.
Right.
20 minutes later.
That's what one thing nice about when it gets darker sooner is that it's much easier to plan dinner.
That and put the kids to bed too, because now they're already starting like,
oh,
it's still light out. You shut the shades. We have the blackout curtains on their windows, and like, well, it's still bright.
Right.
Why are we going to bed? Like, it'll be this way till September.
Right.
But
yeah, no, I mean, just in terms of eating, because I mean, now we play outside till it's like, oh shoot, it's 7:15.
No,
you better go cook dinner.
Yeah. No, it's the same way. But it's nice because they're just freaking worn out too.
Yeah,
just crash.
It's just nicer to be outside.
Oh yeah. Open up the windows. That was the problem too last night. We opened all the windows. Obviously we've had the heat off, but the thermometer was like 73. And I'm like, I'm not turning the AC on. Right. No, it's April. She's like, put the kid. Grayson actually did come out like later at like 10:30 or something. He's like, I can't sleep. I'm sweating. I'm like, buddy, just strip down like your dad. No, I was kidding. It always makes me think of the line in what's it? Tim Allen, Santa Claus, the first one, the original, where he's walking. I don't know. He's on the front of his porch of his condo, and he's like, I was just asleep, butt naked.
Oh yeah,
but and the lady with her son walks by. He's like, sometimes boxer shorts.
Right? Yeah.
Oh man. But anyways, yeah, it's nice. Warm weather is welcomed here in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it just starts. I mean, it cools off and then it gets back up into the high 50s, 60s. We'll take it. It's April.
Right.
For crying out loud, it snowed in May before, so
not gonna complain.
Let's not complain. Yeah. So anyway, so we're continuing our series that we've been doing called Fact or Fiction, where we dive into cities' data on real estate. Obviously, the little snippet is if you've been watching the news, I'm sure they are, as always, just negative and like the sky is falling on every part of this world, which is not the truth. But we're going to dive into another city, a wonderful, beautiful city of Dexter. Dexter is just, for those of you who maybe not know, Dexter is, I would say, a little northwest of Ann Arbor. Pretty much west, but a little northwest. Right. Not too far from Ann Arbor. Dexter is right in between Chelsea and Ann Arbor. Chelsea's another city, great city.
That is.
Yeah, home of Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
Famous actor.
Right.
Maybe we should do Chelsea too, throw it in the
I
mix.
like it.
It's nice. They got a real good, we'll talk about Chelsea later. Yeah. Save it, Paul, okay? But Dexter, great little barbecue joint, Chuckwagon barbecue. I think it's, I feel like the full name's longer than that, isn't it? Chuckwagon something.
Chuckwagon barbecue?
Maybe. BBQ?
Oh, it's I know. Oh, I do know it. But
Hotel Hickman. There it is. It's not even has anything to do with hotel. No. Maybe, I don't know, maybe long time back in the day, maybe the small building was a part, the only remains of the hotel. Who knows? But maybe Hotel Hickman burned to the ground back in the war, when the war erupted through. No, there's no war in Dexter.
What war would that have been?
War Hickman.
One of the big wars.
Yeah. The battlegrounds for Ann Arbor. I don't know. Who knows?
Scholars say that the translation was lost many years ago.
Yes. Only folktales remain. But no, Hotel Hickman Chuckwagon BBQ is great. I've always never been disappointed getting a couple nice slices of brisket there whenever I'm out doing some showings or whatever. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to go. What time is it? I'm going to roll through, go see Chuckwagon real quick on the way home. Grab a couple slices of some nice brisket.
Right. A little snack before dinner.
Yep. They got Dairy Queen down there. Josie's and Rosie's Coffee Shop is always a good staple. Jess always loves their, what's that? I think it's the chai tea. Something, but it's a coffee. I think maybe there's a chai tea coffee.
Chai tea latte.
Chai latte?
Yes, chai latte. Yep. So good spot. That's right in the corner. We've gone to the creamery down there.
Yep.
I forget what's that name.
Dexter Creamery.
Dexter Creamery.
Yep.
See, they're all coming to me. The pub.
Yeah.
I think there's the Dexter pub there, right just next door to that.
The
And
Grotto.
Then, the Grotto. Aubrey's. Yeah. Good. Lots of good spots. And then just the Coney Island, too.
A&W.
Yeah. The famous A&W. One of very few remaining in our area. So if you're ever looking for a A&W root beer float and some hot dogs,
there you go.
come to Dexter, downtown Dexter. Great spot.
Becca used to work at that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Man, that's just, I've stopped there once, too. I'm like, oh, shoot, there's probably one of the very first time years ago. And I'm like, oh, there's an A&W here. Gotta get that. All right, so we are going to dive right into Dexter. So Dexter does have a Dexter and a Dexter Township. So if we pull up our first data point, the median sales price. So now, do we know what is Dexter's the town? Downtown area?
I think so.
Yeah. Dexter Township is outside. So that kind of goes, let's see. Dexter, the city, is it's more northwest of downtown Dexter, and then Dexter Township is all of downtown area. So just to give you guys kind of an example, because obviously we have both here. So Dexter Township is downtown, and then Dexter, which is going to be more rural country acreage, just so you can kind of get the better picture of what areas we're talking about of Dexter. But looking at the median sales price, so for Dexter Township, as you guys can see on the screen, has a median sales price of $470,000. Median sales price, for those of you who don't know, median is taking all sales prices, and then you're picking the exact middle number. Okay, so it takes out any outliers from jacking up the average, which we will discuss next. Always wanted to clarify that for those of you who may not know. And then Dexter, which is in the country, has a median of $413,498. So there's a pretty good spread there. That's a solid almost $57,000 difference if you're looking in the city, the downtown area, because it is very, very nice area towards the country.
Right.
Okay. Year over year, they are up 10%, and the city of Dexter is 11.5%. I mean, that's still some solid net
big
returns
numbers
for just 1 year. And I guarantee if you look all the way at the very left, 2020, I mean, guys, they weren't even in the 400s then. I mean, you got the township, which is, I mean, it looks pretty spot in the middle of 375 and 350. So I'd say just a 360 4.25, and now you're sitting at 4.70. You just so if you
good.
If you live in Dexter Township, you just made $100,000.
It's a good day.
Doing not probably anything to your house besides just normal maintenance.
Right.
Your home has increased in value that much, and you are also now sitting on that much more equity in your home as well. So, and then the same for Dexter out in the country. I mean, you're just above 325. You're probably at 330, and now you're sitting at 413. Again, another $83,000 increase to your home values. Thank you, COVID. But yeah, as you can see in the graphs, the median, especially for the country area, that last data graph, this does go through, one second here. This does go through, okay, March. Yeah, because we're in April. Wake up. I'll take another drink of my grapefruit water for that one. But this goes through all of March. Devin, do you see an increase from February to March on the green line?
There's a slight uptick.
And I know the downship did a little downtick.
That is correct. But not much. I mean, ultimately.
Very minimum.
From the times that it did, I mean.
It only
you're looking at winter, which is.
It only went down $5,000. In February is $475. It went to $470. I guarantee you guys, and maybe we'll come back and just visit this. I should probably give myself reminders for future shows to say, hey, we'll visit back to Dexter. And I know I've said that probably to a couple other cities, but my guess is April's data will probably go right back up to 475.
Yeah.
Because if you guys have not noticed, or maybe you're just not in a conversation with anyone else to know who's in the market's heating up. Spring market's already here. Things are definitely on the rise. Nothing crazy. It's just we're seeing a lot of multiple offer situations again. Showings are increasing, and listings are too.
Right.
Which is what we've been saying for a while now, is we need more homes, and the homes are coming. I see it every day in my email, just constantly blowing up, because all of our
new
searches.
Listings.
Yeah, all the searches I got going, I sometimes turn them off because it's like, they'll just call me.
Yeah.
I don't need to see all of these. Because it just kind of gets annoying. It's like every 10 minutes. Okay, great. It's good to see, though, because it has been that way. It has not been that way. So, yeah, guys, obviously the graph can speak for itself. You just it's this great upward climb. So again, I would definitely say fiction that the housing market is crashing. It is staying pretty steady, y'all. Let's go, Grant. Let's move it to the average sales price for Dexter. So now this, guys, as you can see, the pricing came down a little bit just because now this is the overall average. So now this is adding up all of the sales prices of all of the homes, and that's obviously throwing in the mix probably some really bad homes at low prices and some probably just smoking homes that are just spectacular that sell for a high price. You bring all of those outliers from the low to the high end and then divide it by the number of homes sold. So obviously there's going to be a little outlier here, but this is a good overall number to show you. Dexter Township sitting at $466,000. Dexter at $411,000. Again, looking at the numbers year over year, Dexter Township's up 3%, which is normal.
Right.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And it's not the crazy 15-20% we've been seeing from 2020, 2021, and 2022 from 2021. And then City of Dexter, just under 8%, 7.6%. That's great.
Yeah.
Great numbers. On your investment, guys, I mean, I hate to say it, but you're not seeing those returns right now anymore on the stock market. Your 401k ain't especially in this last year. So again, we speak it, we tell it, real estate. I love it because you know where your money is, you know where your asset is, and obviously this is an appreciating asset. and always will be over time. So, good. Another great graph that just kind of speaks for itself. Pretty just goes upwards.
Right.
It's kind of funny.
It's a nice little town. Dexter's a great place to live.
Oh, yeah. I'm always a fan of your cities like Dexter. I love some room, some acreage, some quiet.
Right.
I hate living on a dirt road right now.
Yeah. And the only time they grade it is just before it rains again.
Yeah. It's like this week is the perfect time.
Right. Yeah.
But have I seen a truck out? No. I'm half tempted.
I bet it's going to be Friday just before it rains on Saturday.
Yeah. It's funny you say that actually now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's make the call. It's warmer.
That's when ours.
And then it takes a couple of days. Okay.
Done.
Mm-hmm. I've been tempted to call the township and be like, so you guys gonna grade the roads soon? Anytime? And I'm like, I'm sure they're getting a zillion phone calls on it already. Because they're just horrible, man. It's whatever. The pros and cons.
Right. Right.
Let's look at it that way. But yeah, back to I think I love those towns where Dexter is one of those towns where you kind of have that small town feel because it is.
Right.
It's a small downtown, but you still have everything you need and you're not far from anything either.
Right.
You're close to 94 if you need to get on the highway and head any direction.
94, 23, I mean.
Yeah, you got access to everything.
Right.
But you still kind of get that just like removed from the city craziness.
Right.
And plus your roads are all 55 everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank God. I love that. I can't be living in that and just being able to whip around everywhere. And then you go into even just heading into Livonia, I'm like freaking lights everywhere. Yeah. It's so annoying. I remember my uncle who's now passed, but they moved up north. When they retired, they moved up north to Reed City. Okay. That's the place we go. And I remember Uncle Emmett just dreading ever having to come down here. He's like, he would the traffic, all the traffic lights, your dumb drivers who live in the city. Honestly, that's what one of my last memories. I always just remember him coming down and he would always have to make just a comment like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. Yeah. Like, you just got here. Yeah.
I'm tired of driving here.
I'm ready to just get back up and relax. You can't relax in this place. But yeah, Dexter's kind of like that. Obviously with, you get out of the township, you get, out of the township into the country. You got some just really great homes, acreage, big lots. You got Hudson Mills Park,
right,
as well. It's one of our favorite metro parks, just because it's not as crowded as Kensington.
Yeah,
for one, but two, it's just easy bike trails for the kids.
Okay,
they're kind of flatter a little bit. Where Kensington, you got some of those just really good doozy hills that I'm going to be pushing all of them up. Yeah. And then two, I'm afraid for them to go down it and not stop. But Hudson Mills is great metro park in Dexter as well. So, but yeah, I would say real estate's holding pretty dang strong. I don't see no big dips, people. So let's move on to, what was the next one we got? The days on market. So I think this is always a good one to look at because we've mentioned this again, and I know this kind of almost sounds like a broken record when it comes to the cities, but I think we're just trying to make our points here that real estate's not bad, y'all. Don't listen to the news. And I would say it might be not as hold in certain areas of the country. Mm-hmm. But here in our area, if you're in Michigan, Metro Detroit, and surrounding areas, it's not the case here, guys. It's not the case. Average days on market. So if we were in a bad market, which means homes should be sitting longer, right? Mm-hmm. Less buyers, homes aren't moving. I think someone said, or was it Johnny? Johnny mentioned that someone was mentioning that was, like, oh, every house is like 60 days on market. No. So let's look at this graph. What does it have to say? So going all the way back to 2021, we have Dexter Township hanging around 50. We have Dexter hanging around, let's just say, a 38 days on market. We come back all the way to where we are, and look, we are below 50. So year over year, they went up 35%. So, hey, they went up to 45.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, you may be like, oh, well, that just defeats everything you just said. I said, well, listen to this. Dexter is in green, which is in the country. I will tell you, the more removed you get from downtown,
right,
the longer it's going to take to sell. You just, for the amount of people that like what I like is very few. Majority of people want to be close to stores.
Don't want to have a big yard.
Don't want to have a big yard because of maintenance.
Right.
I love it. It's my solitude time. Hopefully, even though they come right now. I want to ride, Dave. I just cut the grass the other day. Was it Monday? For the first time, got everything out, and it's constantly had to give all three of them a ride. Yeah, which is whatever. It's fun. It's part of the, the joy of having a zero turn.
Right.
They want to ride the tractor. But yeah, for country homes, I mean, you're gonna take longer, 46 days. And I will say, Dexter, obviously we just saw the graphs, $400,000 for a home on average and medium.
Plus larger
higher homes.
Yeah.
And Dexter does do that. Dexter, like I said, is a city close to Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is already a very expensive city. I mean, you're talking, you can't buy homes in Ann Arbor less than $400,000. And that city brings in a couple of million homes, depending on location and size of Ann Arbor. So you're very close to that. Dexter is higher end pricing, as we see in the average. I mean, you're almost at $500,000 for an average home sale.
Right.
So you got to take that into consideration as we've gone through a couple other cities. If you guys have watched all of these, you've seen that average go up and down. And I would say that, and I know I'm correct, the lower the average, the lower the days on market's going to be, because a lower price range is going to have more buyers.
Right.
There's more buyers that are
more first-time home buyers that
correct
are more so looking for not $500,000 for their first home.
Heck no. Golly. And hey, God bless you if you can.
Right.
You did something right. But so I think taking that all into consideration, like you just said, country, more rural, you're going to have less buyers, and having a higher, even though the graph that we just looked at showed the township having a higher average and median,
mm-hmm.
I would almost kind of beg to differ that, there's some really expensive, nice homes in the country of Dexter.
Oh, yeah.
You put a real nice, maybe newly built in the last 20 years, 3,000, 4,000 square foot house on a couple acres. That sucker's going to get like $600,000-$700,000.
Right.
And so those homes anywhere are just going to take longer to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have lesser showings than you would for something that's lower or maybe in the city area as well.
Right.
As you're seeing on the graph, 46 days. It's not bad. Not bad at all. And 26 is pretty common. 26 days on market is pretty much everything we've been looking at.
Right,
It's been in the 20s. And I think that's probably a shock to a lot of people, just thinking that real estate's bad. It's not. I think we'll see probably a little dip. We'll maybe have to revisit Dexter come May and see what April's data brought. But I think that'll go down. I think it'll move down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think over the last couple of years too, country rural has become more popular. I know there's been a mix. I've had some people that want to move back into, and it's all either because of family, kids, schooling,
right,
or job. really. Maybe they're sick of driving, especially with these higher gas prices again.
Oh, yeah.
They're sick of driving 20, 30, 40 miles a day each way or whatever round trip for work.
It's in your pocket.
Yeah. No, it does. I was super thankful when I got hit and was able to get rid of my premium truck. That was not fun doing that all the time. So, let's move on to, do we have the median? Yeah, so this is median days on market. Wow. So the average had some pretty high outliers.
Yes.
Big time. I think this is some surprising data right here, y'all. Wow. So
big difference.
There's probably, so you know what, I'm gonna go on a limb and I might look this up later because it'll probably take me just a couple minutes to do right now. I guarantee you there's probably some homes in both areas, the township and the city, that have probably been sitting on the market for like 200-300 days, and it's just skewed that average big time. Because for the median to be at 7 and 13
versus 26
and 48, So there you go, guys. That's why I always want to explain the difference between the two data, the median and the average. And this shows you guys. Look at even the Dexter Township; it went down. See, I mean, March, February, or January, all of them since January. Dexter Township has dropped. So, guys, I mean, and it's been, dating all the way back to, I don't know, I'm taking a guess here, probably, just when the market kind of cooled off to begin with, September, I'm guessing is when that the city of Dexter green line just flatlined and has stayed right there at 7 ever since. That's quick turnaround times, guys. If I list a house and it sits on the market for 7 days, it's 2 thumbs up. If I sit on it for 13 days and on contract, thumbs up.
Right.
That's still solid. That's nothing horrible. And I think I think a lot of us in the industry have been maybe commenting this to each other, and I'm just going to tell it to you, to the world. You guys got to kind of get your head out of the gutter with what's happened the last couple years. Right. That was a very skewed market that, I haven't been in the industry longer than 5-6 years, and there's guys that have been in it for 20, 30 years and said they've never seen a market like this. Right. So you kind of got to put a little correct lens when looking in these last couple years, and knowing that 7 to 13 days is actually really good, really good.
Listed on Monday, highest and best Sunday.
Yeah, correct. That's the way that I do it. Right. I know I've said it many times. Get photos done over the weekend or by Monday the latest. I'm able to list it by Wednesday. Coming soon Friday. Sold. We've accepted an offer by Sunday, Monday, that after that weekend. And that's typical.
Right.
Let me say that. No, that's not typical. That's COVID typical. And coming out of that a little bit, and we kind of feel like we're going a little bit back to that market in a sense.
Yep.
My take, and I'll keep moving along here because we're already at a half hour and we want to do some short ones on here with us today. We got good weather to go outside.
I think we've said that the last few. It's like, that's not.
Yes, it is. It's going to happen. I think it'll go a little bit back to that market, but I think with the higher interest rates, I think people are just going to be a little bit more reserved. I think it's not that interest rates are bad.
Right.
But I think when rates were down in the 2s, golly, everyone's like, "Oh, it's free money. Freaking who cares? I'll overspend a little bit to be sitting on a 2.9, 3.2 interest rate for the next 30 years." But hey, all I really care about is if you're looking to sell, there's never a better time, and more homes are coming available. So if you're questioning where you're going to move to next, homes are available.
Right.
And they're coming available. So let's get yours also on the market, and trust me, we'll find you a good place to go. So, but yeah, I'm happy the median market graph showed that. I quickly did these real quick. I didn't even really look at them. And last but not least, the final graph, the month supply. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about right here. Golly.
Up 20%. Oh, up 0.
I mean, guys, do you see how long we have been? And you wondering why our market's been the way it's been. I mean, ever since COVID. January, COVID wasn't here yet. And then, it's just been dropped. And that's just where, I've said this. I'm not saying that maybe I was correct just on this one data, but I will say I feel pretty confident in what I've always said. I don't care how high the interest rates go. I don't care what happens to the stock market. We just have no homes.
Right.
And it comes back to a very simple business philosophy. It's called supply and demand. When there's no supply, I don't care how little buyers there are, it's still going to be a solid. The supply is going to hold value well.
Right.
And I truly believe through all of this, and it's not like we're through it yet or anything like that we're still in crazy inflation. But I think what is held onto the real estate values is just supply.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
For sure.
And over the winter, it got to godly nothing.
Right.
Like nothing. I remember there was weeks would go by for clients, nothing popped up.
Right.
You go back to the search, it's like, well, that's the same 4 homes.
Yep.
That nobody wants. But gosh, we've always said it, 6 months or more is a buyer's market, 6 or less, you're in a seller's market. And guys, we are very, 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 very at the bottom of a seller's market because the top of this graph is actually 5 months supply. They were there at one point, but not anymore. So, Dexter Township 1.8, which is up 20%. Guys, I'm applauding this increase.
Way to list them.
Yeah. Anybody, you guys living in Dexter listening to this, list your house, okay? I don't care if you don't have a reason to, just list it.
Somebody must have got a condo complex done.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we should just build one.
I wonder if that's what it is.
We should just build one. Well,
they got them coming on Whitmore Lake.
Are they, oh, yeah.
North Territorial and Whitmore Lake Road.
That's
they said
right.
By summer.
Are those condos or apartment homes?
I think they're supposed to be condos.
Are they? I thought they were.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a mix.
I'll have to reread.
It's a mixed development.
Their flyer.
Because I know that's becoming huge now too, as these huge corporations are backing these. There used to be Mike Callis who used to own. What was it called? I forget. They're just based out of Livonia over here, but now he runs a company that's based out of Grand Rapids. That all they do is build apartment homes. So they literally build a single family, fabulous 2-story house, attached garage, but you can only rent them. And the whole subdivision is rented. It's not a bad idea, honestly.
Right.
Wish I would have thought of that 10 years ago.
Well, it's because we didn't have the podcast 10 years ago.
I know. We got to make it happen, man. Got to jump on this bandwagon before it gets really big. But it's smart. You're building, instead of going out and buying pre-owned, pre-built single-family homes that are now approaching 80 years old with potential 100-year-old policy or issues. Yeah, right. Build a spanking brand new one, and you ain't got to worry about anything. Probably for
a little while. 10,
15 years for roof, mechanicals. You know, if you got a great GC, you should be building some solid foundations. And I mean, from an investor renter standpoint, it's probably a gold mine. You know, your overhead should be pretty low. And you got a 150 home sub paying you premium rent because it's a brand new friggin' house.
Right.
Now you just got to get them out to buy a new house. Right. Anyways, no, but guys, as you can see here, we'll end it on this, that supply homes is just super low, guys. I think it's a big, it is. It's not a think. It is a huge factor of what is driving our real estate market today. And to be quite honest, I mean, I don't care if the month supply jumps up to 3.5, 4. Like, let's go. I'd love it. That means just a lot of opportunities. I think a lot more people would pull the triggers more quicker on selling homes. I just think there's just going to be more sales. So obviously that's how I make a living. I'd love it.
Right.
So I'm right there with you guys when it comes to, and I know if you've had conversations with us, we're right there with you where it's like, well, I need to sell. Yeah. And it's always hard when you're looking and there's just not much to look at,
right,
to make that choice. So, well, hopefully it's a trend upwards. And I definitely don't see anything that would point to just a ginormous dump of homes.
Right.
I just think it's going to be an organic add of listings to the market by simply people wanting to and making the choice to sell, not having to sell.
Right.
So there's a difference there if you're catching my drift, people, without having to go into a huge 08 spiel. But guys, all said and done, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Fiction's been debunked. Is that the right way to put it? Fact proves itself.
Myth busted.
Myth busted.
Ooh.
Dexter is also another thumbs up. So I don't know how many we've done at this point. 4 or 5.
But they've all been.
They've all been green lighted thumbs up. So don't take the news for what it is, and then call your boys Devon and Paul, and we'll lay the facts down on you.
Yep.
And especially if you guys are looking in these cities that we've done. I know we've done
South
Livonia,
Lyon,
South Lyon, Plymouth. Did we do Northville?
Dexter, Northville.
Dexter. Did we do Canton? We've done that many yet? I thought we did Canton, didn't we? Or no?
I think we did Canton. I'll have to look back.
Yeah, we'll have to look back. But if you're looking in those areas, we're going to do a couple more. Stay tuned. The next episode, we're going to do Milford, wonderful town of Milford. That's a great spot, too. If you guys want to know I don't care what city. It doesn't even have to be really even here. We'll just pull the stats up and prove it and show you.
Right.
I'm sure there'll be people that are interested if you are. So just let us know. Put it in the comments below. Also, a reminder, guys, subscribe to our channel if you're loving this content. Obviously, I know we've done a lot on real estate just because we're coming right into the hot April market, spring market. But, if you guys love being outdoors, we have guests on. We love to help support any local businesses in the area or actually really
charities, anyone.
Yep. We've had guys all the way from Iowa.
Right.
On the show. Yeah. But also from up north. We've had anything from bat and mole catchers to fly fishers to legends in the fishing game to
financial game,
financial title,
tech world.
Roofing contract. I mean, we've had it all. Charities.
Right.
The Dave Fonz Memorial Guy crew we had in here. Which we got to sign up for that, by the way.
I know. I got an email.
Did you?
Yeah, the other day.
Shoot me the dates so I can make sure
Yep.
I missed it last year.
Did.
Though. It was
vacation.
I know.
Family.
I was disappointed.
Family.
Since I'm really working on the game too, we're going for the gold, baby.
I hope so.
We're going for the gold. Yeah. So So let us know too. Please reach out to us. Obviously, all of our contact information is in the show notes. Just shoot us an email, give us a call. If you got someone or yourself that want to come on the show, we'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you and check out what you want to talk about. But also subscribe and smash the like button. Okay? We got obviously this is episode 106. We got 105 other ones you can go back and watch on. And,
right.
And get some good content. So anyways, guys, Dexter's up, thumbs up. I'm Paul Seguin with eXp Realty.
I'm Devon Carr, Gold Star Mortgage.
See you. Oh, it's the Carr and Seguin show. Bye-bye.
The primary purpose of this podcast series is to inform, entertain, and educate. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast series do not constitute legal or professional advice, opinions, or endorsements of any kind. Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group, NMLS 3446, Equal Housing Lender.